All right, so JustPress is finally ready. So you can head over to soliduscode.com/justpress and get yourself a copy. So in my prior video, I promised that JustPress was ready, but I didn't actually release the build version of it. So I wanted to make sure that in this video, I front-loaded that information for you all, so you can go ahead and download it, play with it, and just appreciate the great work I have put into this little software child of mine. And the other thing I wanted to do with the rest of the time I have is ask for two things. One, I'm going to show you what JustPress is in production, using my website as an example. And number two, I would appreciate any support that you can give to JustPress, by any types of donation, subscribing to the channel, liking this video, promoting, and sharing what JustPress is. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So ladies and gentlemen, this is JustPress. All right, so I'm just going to scroll through. This is some features for the website. Everything on the page is a block. So you can go to the home page, and the home page looks like this. It gives you some quick analytics of sort of what's been happening. That's how many views has happened on the home page so far. Just some different content. You have different types, which these are basically post types, and you can create post types at will and sort of like just give it some information and choose to add it to the menu bar if you want to. Layouts, every page, literally every page has a layout. So this is a layout. A layout basically holds your content, the actual post that you're writing for that page. It sort of wraps it and gives it a nice little hug, essentially. And these are what layouts are. So back here, these are layouts. From here, you can go to the actual layouts and such. And then pages are what actually live on each page. And of course, there can be different types of pages. There can be pages literally, or blogs or books if you want to create a post type called books. And of course, there are blogs. Blogs are there. So there's categorization. So I can click on terms here and I can add a quick category, and I could be uncategorized. So that gets added. You can add different tags. As you can see, I already have different tags. You can manage users. You can, add roles at will. You can edit roles, add capabilities. Capabilities are basically permissions to say what users can or can't do, similar to WordPress to some extent, but very in WordPress you would need a plugin to be able to do something like this, whereas here it just comes with JustPress. I can write plugins. You can activate or deactivate plugins, and you also have the ability to edit a whole bunch of your settings for your website. I'm not going to go too far down because there's some private information that I don't want to have shared. Each user can edit their profile and edit different aspects about them, add their URL links and so forth. So back to the front page. From here, we're able to edit a particular post. In this case, we're editing a layout post, and a layout post helps embed other things. And so as you can tell here, we're embedding a global site banner. And then from here, we're able to add a whole bunch of links. We can say, as we add them, they're showing up over there. So we can kind of see the details, and we can even make it so that this individual link is only able to be shown when certain criteria are met. At the same time, let's take this block, for example. We can add a custom rendering to say only show this information for when the post type happens to be a blog. And so all our site, it's using the same layout, but different aspects of the site is being rendered based off of different post types. And of course, that's not the only one. You have other types of conditions you can specify, all, selectable right from here. So if we take, for example, on the home page, you can see the attributes not being listed here. But if we were to go to learn more and go to, I believe it's getting started with JustPress, you can see here, now this starts to kind of show up. Whereas for other pages, it didn't show up before. That's because this is a post, I'm sorry, this is a blog rather than a page. And so as you can see, we then edit this blog here. And so this is kind of how its content happens to be. So from any post that you're editing, this is the entire editor. You have different properties. You can save it and then specify its URL. You can even have an image browser, all these things, which subfolders and so forth, right? You can save, you can add tags, you can add the categories that we just created a second ago. There is ability to have a default global layout, but then if I wanted to specify a specific unique one, I can specify it here. So from the editor as well, you can edit different post meta tags. So you can say, I want to add something. You call it, let's say, test. And you say, okay, it gets added. Then you can give it whatever value that you want. And of course, you can then use that within your content as you need to. You can jump here back to the list of blogs you happen to be from there. Let's just go back in. Let's see what else. Like I've already shown you the file upload mechanism where you can upload files, and then you can also select subfolders within your site root directory. Let's see. So these are just blocks, right? So if blocks happens to, all of these are so many different types of blocks I can show you. There's over, I think, 53 blocks currently, and future ones can be added, really easily. So this is just kind of one, and they can be added using plugins, and then plugins are very easy. Documentation is going to be coming next. Again, I need your support in terms of donations to have the extra time to knock those out faster. So again, any support you have around the donation front would be much appreciated to kind of build this out more. In addition, please share this to somebody out there in the world who would benefit from something like this. It's a modern technology stack to make creating and managing your website so much more easier. So for every single block, they all have different settings. All of them all look differently, and so many features. So all right, so I'm just kind of getting away from things. So I'm just going to go back again and just kind of cover in general. JustPress allows you to just kind of seamlessly edit and create content real easy, as you can see here. So to actually get started with JustPress, we're going to click on Getting Started. And what you'll need are these items, followed by a download of the latest version of JustPress. You'll get files that looks like this. So basically, in that folder, what you want to do is create a file called ecosystem configuration, because we're using PM2 to run everything in a very kind of cluster format, so it can be able to do load balancing and all that stuff. So we're just going to go ahead and paste this into a file called ecosystem config. Then we'll do PM start, and everything just kind of starts working. So if you like this, if you want to support it, I highly encourage you to. It would benefit me, benefit everybody, the whole community around JustPress, to make and have a premier software replacement for JustPress. Thank you. So if you made it this far, thank you. Okay. So, but I did want to show you one more thing that I forgot to cover, which I'm quite proud of. It's version control. So within JustPress, if you look over here, I mentioned just version control. Just as a demonstration of that, I'm going to go to the pages and go to the pages page. And so you'll see here, oh, there's one version of the website currently pending. So you've been seeing what I have published, but I have other versions that are pending status. So if I click on the drafts, I can see all the drafts I happen to have. So if I go to this page, there are some differences. For example, I have these blocks here that's been pending publishing. So what I can do is, if I was to go to a new page and just say soliduscode.com, you'll notice that this is the current published version, whereas the draft version, which has a different ID number, it's ID 172, but that's not important. But the point is, when I click on publish, when I save on it and change this from draft to publish, this current version will change. So if I was to go ahead and hit that, it gets saved, right? So if I refresh the page, wow, isn't that freaking cool? Yes, just press download today and please support its development and documentation. Thank you.